Hello, fellow humans. Chris here again. Just wanted to talk about the Joe Rogan stuff and Spotify. If you're not aware, there's a petition on change.org to remove Joe Rogan from Spotify. The reason being that it's claimed that he is a transphobic, racist, misogynist, among other things, but namely that he is represents a danger because of the misinformation that he platforms, specifically with regards to COVID. They're looking for 100,000 signatures, and they're pretty close. They're about 94,000 right now. So fairly certain they'll make it. But I'm gonna post a link to it anyway on the description. Um, I don't watch or listen to Joe Rogan. I hear a little bit of him through clips, through different progressive takes on him. A lot of the Majority Report. I watch a lot of that. Um, so I don't have a lot new to add to the conversation, but I did. I watched Joe Rogan's um, explanation video where he sort of explained what his show is about in a sort of defensive way, um, kind of justifying his what he platforms. And the thing that really caught my eye, uh, again, I don't watch him, so I didn't actually see the episode that they're talking about, where I guess he had some doctors on that were sharing some very outside the box thinking, putting it nicely, on the vaccines. But in this video that I saw of him, the first 3 minutes, he's just spewing lies. The one that really caught my eye was when he said that 8 months ago, if you had said that you could still contract and pass on COVID even if you had the vaccine, you would be taken off social media. Just an outright lie on multiple levels. First off, not true that that would be the case, and there was never a scientific statement that getting the vaccine would 100% prevent you from getting COVID. That's just not the way it works. Nothing is 100% in science or medicine. That's just kind of common sense. It doesn't take a high powered brain to kind of understand the concept of probabilities and likelihood and mitigating risk. So the read that I get off of him when I listen to him, and he said a few more things that were just blatantly false as well. Um, I get a kind of stubborn, contrarian attitude. And again, I know, my little saying, don't be afraid to question the consensus. I believe in that. But there's got to be an honest and earnest attempt to find the truth. And questioning something doesn't give you the blanket justification to deny truth and to willingly platform dangerous non-truths. It gives you a responsibility to follow through on that question and find out what the truth is. And I certainly don't think that. I mean, Joe Rogan has the right to do what he does, but I would hope that Spotify and really even YouTube really. I mean, hell, YouTube. age restrict my video that talked about slavery, because it's a little bit touchy subject, I guess. You know, they'll do their diligence in coming down on channels when they want to. I would hope that that they would have some, sense of responsibility in what they platform. The main thing I get off of a guy like Joe Rogan is that I don't think he really has any strong opinions on the matter one way or the other. I think that he kind of feeds off that sort of contrarian type of attitude, and it just aligns with, kind of an against the grain type thing, which just so happens to more often than not fall in line with the right, sort of a right wing ideology. And I don't know that he really believes all that. I mean, he very well might be vaccinated. I'm not saying that he is, but I do believe that there are definitely people who claim to be anti-vax, who say a lot of just the regular, tired, repetitive talking points about masks not working, about the vaccine actually making COVID worse, about social distancing not working, whatever it is. That doesn't necessarily mean that they believe it. And I think that the onus of responsibility lays at least as much on the people that listen to him and watch him to do their own diligence, and not just accept what this man, who very often I have seen get corrected by his guests, and very often I have seen in clips of him attempting to fact check something on the spot, and turns out that he's wrong about whatever that thing was. So, more than anything, I would just like to see people kind of try to discern the realities of what somebody's saying, and just kind of understand that just because somebody says something, first off, obviously, just because they say something doesn't mean that it's true. But also, just because somebody says something doesn't mean that they even believe that it's true. And that's where you get into the bad faith arguments. And that can be dangerous because, these people are motivated by money more than anything, and viewership and ads. They'll say whatever they want to say, whatever they need to say to get those clicks. And unfortunately, we live in a society that values that kind of blanket contrarian thinking. And really, I mean, honestly, it's what led to an election of a person like Donald Trump. Because you can just say a lot of sort of argumentative or controversial, racist, sexist, whatever type stuff that a lot of people, I guess, harbor in their hearts, and you can win them over without any real substance. It is the dark side of American unexceptionalism that I'm sometimes sad to be a part of. It's just tired and lazy, and I think that's the thing I would take away from this the most is people realizing that some of these people are grifters who don't really care about what they're saying and don't even necessarily believe what they're saying. But those words that they say have an effect on other people and can actually have real world consequences. So anyway, and that goes for me too. I make a very concerted effort to fact check myself, and if I get something wrong, if it's pointed out to me, I will totally own up to it. But I don't just spew out whatever I want to. I think it's a certain responsibility that we have as people, especially if we are platforming ourselves. And it doesn't matter how many subscribers or followers or viewers you have, really. It's, one person or 100 people or 1,000 people. Those are still people that are listening to you. So anyway, it's just something that I was thinking about. Go ahead, and if you want to sign that petition, you can sign it. I don't think that it's probably going to have any impact anyway, but it's something to think about, and maybe Spotify will decide to start taking their responsibilities a little more seriously as well. Anyway, I will check in with you all again soon. Have a great rest of your day, and remember, don't be afraid to question the consensus.